Hello guys, this is Kaishiro. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, we're going to tackle the recent OCG ban list, which is January 1st, 2023 OCG ban list. So this will be applied on January 2023 and the remainder of December format. So this is the list of the ban list. So I'm giving insights and reactions towards this new ban list on how it may affect the meta and the overall game in particular. So without further ado, let's get started. So OCG limit regulations for January 1st, 2023. Let's start with Forbidden. Forbidden card, which is Tier Laments Kit Kalos, unlimited to Forbidden. So Kit Kalos got banned. So this is a direct hit towards the Tier Laments. Because Tier Laments is a very powerful deck for a very long time, for almost a year, I guess. They've been dominating the competitive scene for almost a year, so it is just rightful for them. But I didn't think that Kit Kalos would get banned that easily. I think Kit Kalos would go into limited section, but Kit Kalos received the ban hammer this time from Konami. So I guess Konami wants to disintegrate the Tier Laments entirely. Next, we have Barrier Statue of Stormwinds for Fluandris and the variant of Kashtira that summons Barrier Statue of Stormwinds. So they can lock out opponents from special summoning only into wind monsters. So I think this is a very good hit to answer Fluandris, because Fluandris has been a very timely relevant deck for a lot of occasions. So this is a good hit against them, because Fluandris is a very unhealthy deck for me, because it cancels out interactions to play to your opponent, and really annoying deck. So let's go to the limited. Ancient Fairy Dragon Forbidden to limited. So I guess Ancient Fairy Dragon got errated, if I'm correct. So the Ancient Fairy Dragon will get a reprint and an errata effect. So I guess Ancient Fairy Dragon can contribute to Spiral or even FA, long forgotten deck. I think Ancient Fairy Dragon could give them a little boost to improve their ceiling. Next, we have Kashtira Fenrir, unlimited to limited. So only one Fenrir right now. I guess Fenrir can work as an extender or body on the field, but other than that, the impact of Fenrir is very minimal right now. So it is also a hit against the Kashtira, which is the second best deck of the previous format. So Kashtira got a massive hit. Next, we have Kashtira Unicorn, the best card on Kashtira in my opinion. Unicorn got hit, unlimited to limited, so only one copy of Unicorn right now. This is the best card because it can search the Papillas that can summon Fenrir, and Fenrir can search the Rysart. So it is a very impactful card on Kashtira, but being limited to one, I think this is the seal against the coffin of Kashtira. It is unplayable right now unless it is a Scarecrow variant, I guess. So Scarecrow Kashtira can make some wonders, but the pure variant of Kashtira is definitely unplayable for me right now. Next, we have Tier Laments Shayrin, unlimited to limited. Shayrin is one of my predictions actually, along with Kashtira Fenrir that will be into the limited section. So I think this is a definite hit against the Tier Laments, because Shayrin can extend the place of Tier Laments and make the deck more resilient. So they are just killing off the Tier Laments at this point. Next, we have Tier Laments Reinhardt, unlimited to limited. So Reinhardt can access the Tier Laments Kaleido Heart. So they restricted the chances of summoning Kaleido Heart with the limit of Reinhardt, and also the overall consistency of Tier Laments got a major suffer because of the R1 Reinhardt. So if you're thinking to build or play this Tier Laments deck, it could work with the Swamp, King of the Swamp, to use as a substitute fusion material for Rolkalos or Kaleido Heart, but it is not worth it, I assure you, because this is a very massive hit. Kit Kalos to 0, Sharon to 1, Rhino Heart to 1. That is enough to nail the coffin of tier laments. So don't ever think of playing this deck because you'll get a handful of losses and underwhelming results. The next we have Telenor Tolemus, forbidden to limited. I guess this could work at some decks. Really good rank for toolbox, but this has been in a while for the TCG, but it doesn't make any difference, so I guess I'll put it on hold for the potential of this card moving forward. The next we have Bestial Magnamut, unlimited to limited, only one Magnamut right now. Bestial Magnamut is a very impactful card on the Tier Laments format, where it can search bestial cards and use as interruptions against the Tier Laments fusion mechanics on the graveyard. So I do think it is justified because bestial archetype and especially Magnamut is very powerful against the dark and light meta that has graveyard interactions. So they can just summon free bodies on the field, and Magnamut can ultimately search another copy of Bestial. So one for for nothing, and it can search. So 2 cards advantages for the Bestial player and -1 to the light or dark player opponent. So I think this is a very powerful on its own card. So it deserves a hit, I guess. Blackwing Steam Cloak, I guess it is support for the Blackwing, which saw some resurgence on the previous weeks on our community and overall OCG, but the Hulky Fiber is banned, so I guess it won't make a difference for the Blackwing at all. The next we have Change of Heart, really interesting card coming from forbidden to limited right now. So Change of Heart is a better mind control in my opinion. So I guess Change of Heart will see some play on the competitive setup. So it is a really nice card to have. The next we have Prime Planet Paraiso. So they definitely destroyed Kashtira on this list, unlimited to limited. So only one Paraiso, so it is very underwhelming right now to play Kashtira. Same case with the Tier Laments. They are not that playable enough in the competitive scene. So I guess this is a well-deserved hit because Kashtira has a very toxic board that can lock zones of the opponent and can be a live macrocosmos that has a banish effect like Shuraig. Imagine Shuraig and Virtual World QB Shenshen in one card, plus the locking zones of Kashtira. It is very toxic in my opinion, so this is a well-deserved hit. And next we have Branded Fusion, semi-limited to limited. So I guess they are avoiding the instance where Branded will be a very viable deck moving forward due to the Tier Laments and Kashtira hit. So they might they could have predicted that bestial branded Espia variants could take the format after the recent hits to Kashtira and Tier Laments. So this is a preemptive hit to avoid those circumstances happen, limiting branded fusion semi-limited to limited. So only one branded fusion, I guess it is very detrimental against the branded on its own, and it lowers their ceiling and overall consistency. Next we have semi-limited section. Galatea the Orcus Automaton, limited to semi-limited. So it is a very, very, very powerful boost to the Orcus because they have more room for errors right now. They can have a second copy of Galatea, which can they make on the mid-game scenarios and instances if they are looking for the second copy of Galatea. So it is a very good addition to the Orcus right now, and I can see Orcus steal some games on the meta and be viable enough to be playable and see representations on this format. Now next we have Swap Frog, limited to semi-limited. Swap Frog is a card that has been hit because of the sprite earlier in the format. So I guess it won't much matter the Swap Frog into semi-limited because total is banned. So yeah. Next we have Sky Striker is Kagari, limited to semi-limited. So Kagari is a very good addition to the Sky Striker because Sky Striker is a deck that can be elevated with the right pilot. Sky Striker is a deck that has a condition where it can go extremely strong with the right pilot or extremely underwhelming with a suboptimal pilot. So the skillful players and Sky Striker skillful players will be very much rewarded with this addition to them, with the Kagari being up 2. They have more room for errors like Orcus, and they can express more skillful interactions on turn 1 because they have a second copy of Kagari moving forward. So they have a more explosive set of plays on the turn 1 with an extra Kagari. Next, we have Yatagarasu, limited to semi-limited. I guess this can only work on anti-meta builds or meta beat. But other than that, I don't see Yatagarasu being an impact on the metagame. Rite of Arimiser, limited to semi-limited. I guess Adventurer engine got a really nice buff on this because they can have free bodies on the field being with the Adventurer token and can extend plays of other decks that may utilize them, so it is nice. Infernity Launcher, limited to semi-limited. I guess it won't make a difference on the format. Foolish Burial Goods, unlimited to semi-limited. Foolish Burial Goods is a good card on the tier laments, especially because they are used to pitch tier laments cards from the deck into the graveyard to add copies of tier laments monsters, but they semi-limited this one to make the tier laments unplayable entirely, I guess. Then next we have Raigeki, unlimited to semi-limited. So from 3 copies into 2, Raigeki suffered minor hit, I guess, but in a format where there's no Omni Negate or other counter trap negations to cancel out Raigeki and other board wipes such as Lightning Storm, it is definite to hit those cards because it is very destructive on the format. So triple Raigeki might be too much on a format where it doesn't have Omni Negate like Sword Soul and other decks before like Sprite, which has Toad. So I guess this is okay. The next Trickstar Light Stage, limited to semi-limited. So they buffed the Trickstar right now, but I don't see Trickstar being competitive enough. Unlike Sky Striker and Orcus, I think Trickstar is a very slow deck on this format, so this won't matter that much. Next, into unlimited section, we have ABC Dragon Buster, semi-limited to unlimited. So they buff the ABC archetype. I guess this is a very cute buff to them and can definitely use into card advantages because they have minor setback without being to play Kriston Halki Fibrax. So Dragon Buster is a good addition to them. Next, Double Iris Magician, semi-limited to unlimited. So this is a buff towards the Pendulum decks. I guess this won't that much matter on the format because Pendulums are very underwhelming, especially when playing around Maxi, because they can be auto-lose against Maxi, but this can help a lot of Pendulum decks in my opinion. The next, we have Water Enchantress of the Temple, so the Aquamancer. So semi-limited into unlimited, so to help the Adventurer token, Adventurer archetype to flourish. So I guess it is enough to be a pivotal addition to them. The next, we have the Phantom Knights of Thorn Scales, semi-limited to unlimited. I don't like the Phantom Knights at all. I think this is a very interesting deck because it can summon out Rongo, which can be an auto-win scenario on a lot of cases. But Phantom Knights is a very powerful deck if not unchecked. So, it is a good addition to them, I guess. And it can make wonders to the deck. The next, and finally, we have Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine, semi-limited into unlimited. So, from being at 2, Sanguine is back at 3. I guess this will help Eldritch to improve their representations. And also, Bestial got hit. So, we can see more Eldritch decks running around on the format. Because Eldritch is a very safe deck. You can sit on Floodgates and hope to win from there. Skill Drain is very oppressive. Ghost and Match is very oppressive. And they got a good card on the recent continuous trap card, the Off Office, that can negate the board wipes against them and can negate monsters on the field. So I guess Eldritch is a good deck to play right now on the format and a safe one if you are unsure of what to play on this format. So this sums up the Banlist reaction and insights of the recent OCG January 2023 OCG Banlist. So thank you for watching this video and subscribe to my channel if you like this content and hit the notification bell for more updates, and see you on the next one. Peace.
Fighting ways to get away, to see you again, see you again.